After what I've seen of Natalie on 90 Day Fiancé, I'm ready for her to go. Natalie Mordovtseva showcased a different side to her that has me questioning what her true intentions are and if the reality TV star is really as honest as she claims to be. Natalie seemed to be an unpredictable canon on the most recent episode of The Tell-All, and her overall behavior was strange, ultimately making me hope that the star is done for good with the franchise. In truth, I thought Natalie was always a little over the top, and keeping up with her storylines was often challenging. One moment she wanted to marry Mike Youngquist, and the next she was leaving him in the middle of the night and living across the country. Her love life has only seemed to go downhill from there, especially since she began getting entangled with Josh Weinstein. Now that she's been in the franchise for about half a decade, I think her behavior has only become more uncomfortable, and her time to depart from the series is near. One concerning moment I had was when she ran up to Rob and congratulated him for seeing past Sophie's manipulation. This happened right after Sophie made an albeit outrageous claim about her estranged husband receiving money for performing sexual acts on another male. However, I've noticed Natalie rushing to the male's sides to be a recurring theme in most of her segments in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. In arguments, Natalie would rather poke at the women involved, which was especially the case during The Last Resort. During serious moments, Natalie would laugh, or she would disrespect the other women, like when she called Sophie lazy during group therapy. Then Natalie complains and often seems to have hurt feelings over not connecting with other women on the show. However, I think her swift decision to take the male's sides is off-putting and often makes her an outcast. Some of 90 Day Fiancé's Natalie's reactions were weirdly unexpected. On top of that, I was particularly surprised by her reaction, or lack thereof, to discovering Josh was dating someone else. In general, Natalie is a loose cannon and refuses to be discarded in any way. So I surely expected a much more alerting reaction to discovering Josh was dating Jen Pothast, the sister of another fellow 90 Day Fiancé star. Then I was further confused by her lies or gaslighting efforts to deny what occurred between them after the resort ended. Keeping track of what Natalie says and what the truth is has been difficult. But then I find her antics hypocritical, as she also grows frustrated with Josh gaslighting her and then does the same to others. I also think Natalie's tendency to flip-flop back and forth on her stories, and call others liars only to be caught in her own web of lies, has pitted the franchise women even more so against the Ukrainian woman overall, though I find her behavior and her segment on The Tell-All to be just odd. I think the 90 Day Fiancé star and her antics are overplayed on the series. She's been on the series for over 5 years now, and I'm ready for her to exit the franchise. She's just as unpredictable as ever, but Jen made a point. Watching Josh and Natalie interact on screen for years made it painfully obvious he wasn't truly interested in her. Maybe she would be much better off searching for love off-screen and outside the reality TV community. 90 Day Fiancé, who is Josh Weinstein's ex-wife? He was married to someone else before Natalie. Josh Weinstein, star of 90 Day, The Last Resort, was previously married to a well-known reality TV personality before meeting Natalie Mordovtseva. He is best known to 90 Day Fiancé fans as the owner of a modeling agency and Natalie's love interest. Natalie introduced Josh in Season 2 of 90 Day, The Single Life, after relocating to Florida following her split from Mike Youngquist. However, Natalie remained legally married to Mike throughout her time with Josh, which made him hesitant to commit. Josh never considered Natalie to be his official girlfriend. Natalie still hoped Josh would become her fourth husband. After 3 failed marriages, she longed to start a family of her own. However, Josh never fully let her in, even refusing to bring her to his home. He was intimidated by her unpredictable mood swings and became her go-to source for money. Natalie also expected Josh to help launch her career in Hollywood. Though he initially tried to support her, Josh eventually gave up due to her ongoing jealousy and insecurity, which became especially apparent during their therapy sessions on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. Josh was married to a woman named Candace Mishler. Natalie met Josh's ex-wife, via E.T., Candace Mishler, for the first time in an episode of 90 Day, The Single Life Season 3. She also learned that Josh's son Jet, whom he shares with Candace, would be joining them. Josh had mentioned that Candace owned a boat and had invited them for an outing on the lake. He made it clear to Natalie that both Candace and Jet were very close to him. Josh encouraged Natalie to just be herself and expressed his hope that everyone would get along well during their time together. Natalie was anxious about meeting Candace. She felt it wasn't normal to be so close to an ex, even though she herself was still married to Mike and had even admitted she wouldn't be able to choose between Mike and Josh if asked. Still, Natalie believed that Josh's relationship with Candace after their split wasn't appropriate. Despite her doubts, she hoped to get along with Candace. Natalie understood that Josh and Candace had known each other since they were teenagers and shared a long past, which explained the deep bond they continued to maintain. When Natalie saw Candace in person, she was awestruck by how beautiful she was. Natalie admitted she wished she had worn something sexier instead of a plain black t-shirt. She remarked that Candace had shown up naked to the daytime outing. Meanwhile, Candace told the cameras that she and Josh had been married for 9 years and had stayed best friends even after their breakup. She shared that she still had a habit of telling Josh about her day. "I tell him I love you," Candace revealed, adding, "People sometimes think that we are together." What did Candace think about Natalie? Candace felt it was important for her and Josh to make sure she approved of the women he dated. She believed Josh truly valued her opinion. Candace shared that she and Josh had decided they were better as friends and that she was currently seeing someone else. Despite this, many of Josh's past partners had been uncomfortable with how close he remained to Candace. She considered Natalie to be different from the others, not because she was unbothered by the friendship, but because Josh typically dated women who were younger and had a different look than Natalie. In an interview with In Touch, Candace said she was pretty confident that if Josh and Natalie ever broke up, she would get back together with Josh. Candace was certain that Natalie and Josh were done, and she had predicted this breakup by declaring that a lot of Josh's friends and business associates felt that it was time for Josh to move on. Candace added that she was kind of waiting in the corner for Josh to call it quits with Natalie. At the time, Josh and Natalie were about to make their comeback in the Single Life season 4. Josh and Candace's son Jet met with a shocking accident. In February, Josh shared devastating news on Instagram that his son, Jet, had been involved in a severe car accident. The incident occurred on February 4th, when Jet and his friend Jackson Elliott were returning from a snowboarding trip in Flagstaff. Their vehicle struck a guardrail on I-17 near Cordis Junction, resulting in Jackson's immediate death. Jet, who was lying back at the time, was impaled by the guardrail but survived, though he sustained life-threatening injuries. Doctors gave him only a 5% chance of survival and warned that he might lose both legs. Jet fortunately survived the accident and has been adjusting to life after the loss of his right leg. His recovery has been shared through social media, where his mother mentioned in April that he was finding his way back to familiar routines, such as going to the gym, riding his razor, and grilling tri-tip. He started physical therapy and has been fitted with a prosthetic leg. In May, Josh posted on Instagram that it had been 100 days since the accident and that Jet now has his prosthetic, expressing excitement about the progress and milestones ahead. Candace appeared on Naked and Afraid. 90 Day. The Last Resort star Josh's ex Candace also appeared on Naked and Afraid in Season 15, Episode 6, titled Beauty and the Beasties, where she faced the harsh wilderness of Zambia. She had to leave early due to extreme conditions and did not complete the challenge. She returned for the spin-off Naked and Afraid, Castaways, but exited after 8 days because of a serious bacterial infection. Although she didn't win or finish either season, Candace has spoken openly about her experience and continues to pursue personal growth through outdoor challenges and survival training. 90 Day Fiancé's Rob Warren finally responds to explosive rumors that he is gay in bold new statement. Rob Warren from 90 Day Hunt for Love has finally addressed rumors about his sexuality on social media. He married Sophie Sierra, a British native, with hopes of starting a family. However, their relationship faced challenges due to Rob's past infidelity and disrespectful behavior. The couple sought therapy to work through their marital issues but ultimately decided to end their relationship. Sophie accused Rob of being gay and claimed that he was engaging in questionable activities with men for money. Rob is now looking for love on 90 Day Hunt for Love. Recently, he broke his silence to address the rumors during an Instagram live, which was later reposted by Therialitmus. In response to a fan asking why people think he's gay, Rob said, "Because my ex said that to everybody." He described the scandal as low-hanging fruit and accused Sophie of maliciously targeting his sexuality to tarnish his reputation. Rob emphasized that he no longer cared about the situation and confirmed that he wasn't gay and would never be with a man. What Rob Warren's reaction to gay rumors means. Rob has finally put an end to the rumors after facing massive backlash for months. He not only received hurtful comments, but he also encountered other problems as a result of Sophie's accusations. Despite everything, he has decided to focus on his life and goals. He dedicates his time to improving his public image by authentically sharing his thoughts on social media. Rob often shares his experiences as a dog parent and expresses love for his family. Instead of continuing his feud with Sophie, Rob opts to spend time with his loved ones. Rob's latest statement indicates that he is no longer willing to face criticism for actions he didn't commit. He chose to openly address his sexuality and dispel any rumors once and for all. As Rob works on reconstructing his public persona, he likely believes it is crucial to address the issues to prevent ongoing rumors from persisting. Additionally, Rob made a wise decision not to criticize his ex-wife publicly. By maintaining his composure, he likely aimed to demonstrate to fans that he has evolved and is no longer harboring any bitterness from past events. Our take on Rob's reaction to gay rumors. It'll be interesting to see whether 90 Day Fiancé viewers will trust Rob or continue to believe Sophie's accusations that he is interested in men. Sophie's reaction to Rob's latest statement will be equally fascinating. Over the months, she has made multiple negative remarks about her ex-husband on social media. In contrast, Rob has been busy focusing on his future and finding new love. His recent appearance on the latest spin-off, 90 Day, Hunt for Love, suggests that he may end the season with a new romantic partner by his side.